Fremantle's only preliminary final to date ended in a 2006 loss to Sydney. Today, here at Patterson Stadium, the Dockers get the chance for the perfect revenge. We caught up with four Dockers greats who can't wait to see their old club go to their first grand final.
I think I remember running out, standing next to Josh, and he was saying, "Here we go, mate, this is what it's all about. This is destiny," along those lines, and really we just thought we're going to rip, tear and bust. I think you've got to have a few things go your way.
Docker down on the wing. Yeah, it's Luke McFarlane has not moved since that last contest.
Luke McFarlane, who was absolutely critical to us, got injured early, and then you have Parksy trying to play on Barry Hall, and Parksy's shorter than me, playing on Barry, and Barry's in the peak of his powers back then. We were two down on the bench, and I think we had Groves missed out on the game, and that's a strong memory of mine. Was Groves? He was in terrific form for the first half of the year, got injured, came back, and then didn't get picked, and that was a real surprise because I certainly had him in our best probably 10 to 12 players.
Probably the lasting memory for me of the game, or the influential moment, I thought Cookie should have got a free kick.
McManus, the 50 is open, they've moved it quickly. Cook, Goods made the spoil well, had the extra height, and the Swans
had a lot of confidence if he had got that free kick, he would have kicked it, and that would have kept us pretty close, or might have even put us in front.
Yeah, I've sort of gone up to take a mark, and Goodsy's was actually, Goods chopped my arms, and it wasn't called a free kick. I tried to play it for my head as much as I could, but ball ended up going down the other end, and they scored a goal from it. So
you would doubt it from outside 50. The goal is not well guarded. He unloads. He's done it well. He's done it.
Preliminary final, yes, it was great to be a part of, but also there's that nagging sort of feeling again. We let the opportunity slip, and we're all a long time retired out of the game now, and you say that you don't have regrets, but when you get to preliminary finals, you want to at least get the opportunity to play in grand finals, and we weren't good enough on that day.
I always felt that we were good enough to challenge certainly the premiers that year in West Coast, but we weren't good enough to win our first final away, and I think that's going to be the difference between, you look at this group now, I think, they're super focused, highly disciplined, and they were good enough to win a massive game away, and that's going to be the difference, I think.
We had a lot of distraction at Fremantle, and we had a lot of times where a core group actually got pretty tight because there were distractions that were happening that perhaps decisions should have been made that weren't. So we had a pretty tight group there, and because I'd been a part of a premiership team, and that's all you want is for guys who who have bled for the footy club and done everything right, you want them to experience it as well. But you need everyone at the footy club doing it, and looking back at it, there's no way we could put our hand on our heart and say that that's where we're at as a footy club at that time.
I don't go to grand finals, to be honest. I always had it in my head that I wasn't ever going to bother going to them unless I played in one, and now I didn't play in it, I don't go to them. You can view it one way, jealousy, it's not, but it's the word. I'd love to be out there tomorrow, I would love to give the opportunity, and I think I've mentioned it to Matt before, being in the environment and being down Freo under Ross and the way the club's run, I'm jealous of that. There's no issues that aren't solved straight away. Nothing gets swept under the carpet, everybody's treated the same. Everybody's bought into the philosophies. Everybody's on the same page. As Billy was saying, there was a core group of us that were we would have bled for everything for the club and for us to be successful. But there was a few cracks, and they always talk about those things. Who would you go to war with these guys? And I could name a fair few, and no doubt we'll have connections for life, all of us guys. And these are the guys who we love with everything, because they would give you that, and I'm certainly jealous that we never got that opportunity to run out there.
I'd be thrilled for Pav. I'd be thrilled for the whole footy club though, everyone who played in the team, but certainly the guys you had personal relationships with, you'd be thrilled for them. I get nervous talking about this sort of thing now. I think Sydney are going to be really fierce opponents Saturday night, and I think that that everyone's just writing them off. I've got a lot of respect for the players that they have out there. They've got a great culture at their footy club. So, I get a bit nervous talking about premierships and all that sort of thing. But realistically, as a fan of Fremantle and as a fan of a lot of the players down there, it'd be great to see them do it, and I really hope they do.
Don't even know what a Jägermeister is. Why would I have had 36 of them last night?
Everyone just get with us.
You listen to the way they talk and the language they use, it's you know, they're really well drilled as people and as footballers, and you know, I think that they would be 100% focused on their task at hand, and you know, there's no advice I could give this group. I think they'll do it themselves.